7 minutes have elapsed. It is now officially showtime. 7:37, our official showtime. There is one more space for one more person on the piano bench. And thank you. Okay, Hafez, welcome to Bird and Beckett.
Thank you. Eric Whittington,
We're not getting
Bird and
anything
Beckett.
out of the
Doesn't matter.
house for that yet. Let's do that.
I want to, we all here want to,
Okay, speak. Try that.
okay, good evening.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as it happens.
All right.
I wasn't going to speak before we started, but since many of you were here while we were getting our sound check for the last piece, I want to welcome you, beautiful people, audience, lending your souls and your ears and everything, your spirit to what's going to happen here this evening, and be part of the creation with us. This is the Quartet. This is Timbo Pacella on guitar. Kishore Batish on the drums. And Stan Poplin on the bass. My name is Hafez, Modirzadeh, and I see many friends and teachers and new and old students disguised. I'm as teachers, in other words, there's going to be some overlapping this evening. So we just got back from, actually, 2 nights ago, we played at the Hammer Museum in Los Angeles, in affiliation with UCLA. And that was very nice. They treated us very nicely. And we thought, what an interesting, that space was very different than this one. But this does feel like coming home. I have to say, this is a very special space. And so we hope to reflect that for you this evening. We're going to begin with a piece that was recently penned by, you could say it's sort of a Bay Area premiere of Kishore Batish's Come Union Avenue. And it features a temperament that you'll notice. This is interesting. I've been talking about sonic indigeneity, and so Eric picked up on that. I think that actually is pretty accurate, but not to go into a lecture. You will hear tones outside of the 12 equal tempered tones that we're used to hearing that he has arranged for retuned guitar. And from there, we're going to go into passing off of some solos that will take us into something called Facets that I wrote a couple of years ago for a CD off of Pi Recordings called Facets for retuned piano. And so and that's dedicated to the grandchildren of this generation. And we're all grandchildren, some way. So all of us here, but Stan and I are here on the stage with grandparents, and we were talking about the next piece after that we go into. It was written for my granddaughter Nora, so we're bringing all the grandchildren of this generation into consideration for that, and then that will, and then at that point I'll talk again. Okay, thank you. Tim on the cello. Thank you all for coming. Should I continue talking into this mic or?
You just have to get very close to it.
Oh my dear. Hey, it's working. Yeah, please. No, you see it.
Now we're in trouble.
Oh no.
Okay, now Tim's going to speak.
Nothing happened to me on the way. No. I just want to put out this is really a joyful band. They're just so great, and also that I would like to dedicate some of my playing tonight for a friend who passed away several years, Nick Nichols, and I just want to give this out to him. So.
Thanks, Tim.
You're welcome, Bob.
We had a nice road trip down to LA and back, and
Yeah, exactly.
there are a lot of folks, when you hear us up here. I mean, before Tim came back down, because you're originally from Sunnyvale,
Yep.
and now living in Bellingham, Washington, and but Stan and Kishore from Santa Cruz, and I'm from San Jose, so we had about a month to work on this material before Tim came down, and then we spent a couple of days there, thanks to the Quartet home and the warmth and generosity there. Kishore comes from a beautiful family of North Indian classical music and art, humanity. His father, Ashwin Patish, and I worked together almost as long as I've known Stan, for over 40 years. It's counting to today. It's been well over 40 years that Tim and I have been playing together, and then anyway, then we got on the road, and we had time to meld this together. But you see, this is a very nice, intimate space here, and we're surrounded by all of this. It's incredible, and all of you. So we'll continue so we can get more music in. But what I'm trying to say is that there are many folks in our sounds together here, that we can reference and credit. And so I'm glad Tim opened the door to that. And so with your dedication to your friend, I'm just going to open it up. Anyone feel that dedication to someone you love or that you're thinking about or inspired you, we put that up and out while we're playing. That makes a lot of sense here. That's what tonight's about. So we're going to continue, try and stay on track with Bakongophonic blues. Thanks to Eric again for the Bakongophonic, the old Bakongophone that was premiered here on this stage a few months back. Kesha was on drums, and John Carlos Pere on bass and flutes. Also, you were on tabla, and Frances Wong, the great Wong, was accompanying us, and Jenny Lim, our poet laureate. She read the piece, and it has to do with this instrument. In short, you all know this as a saxophone, but tonight you're hearing it through another name, a name that sort of, it kind of oozed out of the of this brass when the Persian tones and Kulintang and other tones started coming through that were not part of the original, conception of all this, and then spoke of the blood of the ancestors who sacrificed for the materials that went into this instrument. And it wasn't Adolph Sax, because there would be no saxophone if there weren't for the Congo, and under Leopold II. Anyway, you know about that in the history books, but the copper, the zinc that went into the brass, the cork, but especially the rubber. So that's his spirit name here. The blood tones here that come out of this horn is a Bakongophone. And so just want to let you know that we have a blues for that. Speaking of dedication. Did that make any sense? Did that make any sense what I just said? I want to know. You guys, yeah, okay, Bakongophone. Who said that? Thank you. Okay, yeah, don't be a test. No. Oh, maybe. write some stuff down here, so I might just to be ready. Okay, Bocongaphonic Blues. Also B and B, right? Bocongaphonic Blues. So we have Bird and Beckett Blues. But we also have Bobby Bradford. You know, and we have we're going back to Buddy Bolden, right? Big Spiderbeck. Barbara Donald. Anyone remember Barbara Donald?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
What a sound.
I'm forgetting the tune.
Forgot that. Hey. Mr. Opachel, is that about it?
I don't know, let's start again.
Okay. The Congophonic Blues, and that featured everyone in a way that I hope you're familiar. we have some special guests. And but I'm thinking that we might want to actually take that break to do that. So I think we should probably do our the last piece of this set, and then bring. What was that after that? Well, we could do we got time to do a short version. This is important. Farhad Bahrami. Yeah, again, thanks to Eric. It's historical things, at least for us, happen up here on this stage, thanks to Eric Whittington. Again, Eric. Back there. I pronouncing your name right? Yes, because Farhad Bahrami came up from San Diego. In fact, he sat in with us at the Hammer. Yeah, we're going to do the Omar going into insurrection, and that'll be the end of the set. Yeah, we're going to finish because you see these bookends here. We started with a retuned guitar for Keshav's piece, and there's a lot of potential moving from retuning piano, which I think has been documented so far, to getting into pieces for the guitar. So Farhad actually got very serious, and we worked together, and he built a small repertoire of pieces. But the interesting thing about it is that he's been in this country many years, and he loves jazz and all kinds of American music, but he's also steeped in Persian traditional music. So his nomenclature for musicians, maybe not familiar with Persian traditional music, is actually to have the names of the dastgah, of the modal system, in the instead of jazz changes, about chordal progressions, he had dastgah progression, which also means that, in one sense, the integrity of the dastgah gets destroyed. When you shift from different system tonics. Anyway, I'm getting too technical, but my point is that the thought patterns, or at least the progression, the creative process starts to dovetail into ways of thinking from the Persian tradition, at least becoming curious, opening doors. This is really important. And so we wanted to honor Farhad. We said, well, we generally, as composers, we play our music, but Farhad's not here, but we're going to play his music. We're going to play his music, and we hope you enjoy it. The first one is Omar. You might recognize something in there connected to something you might have heard Miles Davis do. And then Insurrection Blues is what we're going to end the set with. So these are both for retuned guitar again, and this is by Farhad Bahrami. Thank you. And then of course stick around, because when you come back, some more of the sky is going to open up there.
You might have a point. You could go to F.
and Parker on this. And Tina Patel on guitar. It's been a wonderful time that we had working on this for you, and really thank you, and your energy is beautiful. And I'm gonna change my read into something more comfortable. You're supposed to end that, they were together on that last, but it just closed up on me, But I prefer paper straws these days than plastic ones, so I'll take it, so many friends out here, and I mean, really serious, friends, and well, all of you actually are friends now. So we're going to take a break, and what we're going to do is it's going to be a bit extended because we're going to set the stage up now. For some of you who are here at the top of the before we got started, we were working on that, and we're going to come back and do two pieces with some of our guests, and then send it off, and really thank you for coming. Thank you, Eric. Let's take like 10 minutes, okay? Thank you, everyone. These two gentlemen, they're just some solo.
That's before you start.
Yeah, they're gonna just. So we can.
Oh, I've never seen it before. It's a pretty.
Okay, just a reminder that all these cables are very sensitive over here.
He'll condescend. The what?
We're still rolling, everyone? Yeah, can we start?
All right with me.
They're gonna start on their own first.
You're gonna count,
You can sit down.
you're gonna count us in?
Yeah, I'll count. You can comfortable standing?
I'm comfortable standing. The stars stand.
Okay. Hey, welcome back, everyone, and everyone out there in Streamland, third stream, fourth stream. I'm not going to say much because a lot of you know me. Just know that it just one thing leads into another. You know, I'm just so honored and I feel so good, strong, like medicine. You know, to have these folks come and make this offering to the quartet. The quartet, you heard the quartet, and that was a very, very special moment we shared together. Now this interval here, I want to say that yes, this is the first. This is historical. You all know Billy Strayhorn's Isfahan, I think. And the story goes about 60 years ago. I think it was 1963. I may be wrong, but I'm just going to go for it. Ellington had a State Department tour with his famous orchestra, and they went throughout from west to south, East Asia. A few years later, they recorded a masterpiece called the Far East Suite. There was a ballad in there called Isfahan. It was penned by Billy Strayhorn. He didn't have a title for it. They weren't thinking of the, of when he wrote it, of the city of Isfahan, but Ellington, they found the city to be beautiful. It is a beautiful city. They say Isfahan Nesfer Jahan. Now the other Nesfers here tonight, we're going to bring Billy Strayhorn back home because I don't think it's been done live this way before. This is, it's been recorded now by some of us here, but what you're about to hear is the traditional Persian mode of Bayat Isfahan, done masterfully by Shaheen Shahrazi here on tar. And Sivan Manhoubi on the oud. Accompanied by Pejam Akhawas on the tambak. These three gentlemen sought me out, and I have to give a shout out to Faraz Minoui, because he was one of our students at San Francisco State years ago, and over the years really opened the doors to a lot of creative work that we've done. And this is a culmination, because Isfahan by Billy Strayhorn, as performed by Duke Ellington's orchestra inside the Far East Suite, they gave it the title because the city was beautiful, is beautiful, still is. But there wasn't this programmatic idea to match the music with the city. However, for 60 years, Honestly, I haven't heard. I think they thought it really couldn't be done, or no one really paid attention to the fact that we have a Bayat Isfahan. And if we're coming to a point of convergence, liberation, of coexistence, then they should coexist. They should be. And we found a place where they can. So we hope that tonight you enjoy this very improvised rendition of Isfahan to Isfahan with love, bringing the blood back into the piece on both sides. So from Harlem to Isfahan, you could say. This is the only way I can put it, and I hope that that you find something in here that bridges, the soul of all things. One of the members of our group last semester was Salondar Diakoni, and he's from Esfahan. His family could be dedicated to his family, among many other folks who have inspired us. We're going to conclude this evening with a very, very special feature, and we're going to bring back up this wonderful Ustad's Shaheen, Shahbazi, come back up here, and Sirvan Nanhubi on Oud. So Oud, Tar, and Pejam, Havasan, Tombak. And they're going to be joined by Nasim Gorgani on Daf. We'll find a place for her on the stage too. She's here tonight. And every one of these folks, they have a story to tell that intertwines with the history. So come on up while I introduce John Carlos, because this is all a real gift, everyone, a true offering. This is John Carlos Pereira, everyone. John Carlos Pereira. Nassim, we need you here too. Can you find a spot for Nassim? We can. Let's see. They're making you. We want to thank Beckett again, and Eric for being here. to bring Isfahan, both Isfahans together tonight. I can't wait to listen back to how that sounded. Here she comes, Nassim. Please, everybody. In the time we have left, Dr. John Carlos Perea and I have known each other at least since 1998. I think it may have been through Francis Wong, but all these 25 years, there's been so much that has grown, and it's been a real honor working together with him in every way musically that has brought it to this point of realization with sonic indigeneity. There's a lot to unfold, and I just asked him if he would come this evening because and we really dedicate this last piece. It's a blues. It was recorded on an album I did a long time, which Tim was on it back in '93, called Navoy Mardon, the People's Blues. And at that time, it was dedicated to the Kurdish people and their struggle at the time, and it continues to be dedicated to the Kurdish people and all peoples who. Okay, you can fill in the blanks. But may I say this, John? I mean, you're going to leave the area soon. Yeah. And do you want to say anything about it, or should I just? None of this was prepared. I just, since I have the mic, you know, I said really to Jessica, congratulations. Your family's moving up to Washington, University of Washington. We're going to continue making beautiful music and creative scholarship and to paraphrase Duke Ellington in a way, with love, and we're going to miss you madly. Yeah. That's very true, really. We're going to miss you. But we're going to continue. And so these 25 years have been incredible at this point in location. And so John Carlos is coming here now to give us some of that original virtuosity that he's developed on the bass, on electric bass, but also bringing together with Shaheen and the rest of us here not only the flute, the cedar flute, but the vocals that were, when I first heard these vocals, I won't go back into my history, but your teacher, Dr. Bernard Horner, mine, Mahmoud Zofanoun, I didn't have a chance to meet yours, but through your vocals and through your, every time you bring that, I feel that, well, it takes me to the source. It takes me to the source. And so now working together with Shaheen and the others here and bridging together La Coda vocals and to John Carlos's mentorship with Dr. Horner, and then mine with Persian music and Ustad Mahmoud Zofanoun. I want to also dedicate this to our teachers, to all of our teachers, especially the teachers that have brought us here over these last 25 years and have helped us. And I really do believe, I'm just speaking for myself now, in ancestral dialogue. Anytime I have any questions about anything in this life, I go to the sound. As Ornette Coleman said, follow the sound. Follow the sound, it will take you to the source, and the source is with the people. And you go deep into that, and that's how you can reach resolution. The resolution that will tell you that it's all good. Relax. There's resolution. It's in the making of this universe, and it's beautiful, and that's why we have to continue. And that's what we're going to do right now. Okay. Now, thank you, John Carlos Perea, for joining us. Nassim Bourgani, Rayshon, Shaheen, Sirvan, Timbo Bacella, Kisho, and Sir Papa. I hope that made sense.
دلا دیدی دلا دیدی که خورشید از شبستان دلا دیدی که خورشید از شبستان چون تش سرز خاک استر برا صدای خون در آواز تزرمز دلای یادگار خون سرمز دلای یادگار خون سرمز
Really? Wants to play something after that? Eric, I know you have a time limit.
Okay.
Well, we'll play a short one for you, you know, to close it off because that's it's rare that it gets to me like that, you know. It's a beautiful send off. But we'll just play like a
Just
little
you and me?
coda. Yeah, maybe just Stan and myself because you know Stan was on tour. I have to say this, Stan, because it's,
No, you don't.
I don't. I'm saying, all right, I'm gonna take my cue from you.
Say what you want.
No, that's okay. You find out later. You can look him up. Yes, now we have the
There's
internet.
nothing to see there. I come closer with my cables.
We're gonna play. We'll play a short duo for you to send you off, and again, want to just thank you for coming this evening and all of these beautiful people together with you created something. That ancestral dialogue is happening right now in this generation. The evidence is in the sound. Yeah, okay. You just started. I come in on beat two.
Okay. Is this your tempo?
Maybe I should keep this here so we can record. Oh, wherever you started from. Yeah. Relax. It's in.
More relaxing now. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Last date?
Okay, folks.
Want me to take the last date?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Welcome everyone tonight. Take care out there.
Your body language signals sounds. When I did that, very different from the rest of the show.